Hello you, it's my yard here, and we're going straight to the point. The control scheme for WWE 2K22 versus WWE 2K20. Now, people, including myself, have complained about this control scheme for 2K20 because it was very complicated, especially when you factor in that you had to do stupid stuff, like you holding LT and L and X and A just to get a finisher lined up, and even more if you had to it was a complicated mess with finishers and signatures in the running position. 2K22 pretty much follows the same boat, at least to start with, at least that we are aware of, because L1, LT, we'll use the Xbox controls, I was going to say L2, LT to run, move with the left analog stick, and then you hold the right trigger and the A button. So already that's a pincer sort of movement. And then if there is a modifier where you have to do a different action to get the secondary finisher or signature that's in the same position, then chances are you will need another button to orchestrate that as well. Very complicated in terms of hitting your running maneuvers. For example, regular maneuvers, you probably just will, like, you need standing grapples and stuff, RA, RX, or be in position such as the corner if those things still exist. Because they have said they have redesigned the game engine. The most important change in 2K22, and I quote, is in the engine itself. Visual Concepts redesigned the gameplay and animation engine from the ground up to make every dive, kick out and finisher feel as real as if players were sitting ringside at WrestleMania. As soon as players pick up the controller, they'll feel the difference. So with that being said, if they have completely redesigned their gameplay engine, then the control scheme needs to mirror the gameplay change. However, as you can see in this comparison, 2K20's control scheme is very close to 2K22's control scheme. Reversal buttons are still the Y button, RTY is still the payback button. Strikes have been moved into a light attack and heavy attack, but I will get to that point because I would have thought strong strikes with an X and tapping and holding was fine as it is, but I think there's a reason for that. Grapple button's been moved to the B button instead of the A button, and we don't know where the Irish whip is. Pick up objects on the LB button, climbing, entering, exit the ring looks to be on the RB button, as well as this dodge mechanic and a block mechanic. What could that be? I have an assumption after talking with the live stream yesterday with the viewers and you guys talking to me, because I think this is where we're going with the game. I think we're going away from the simulation style of things completely, and it relates to one tiny brief moment in the video, and it's this. And it's so minute that you don't spot it because it fades out near enough instantly. And that is one little button on the left tab called combos. Now, combos normally certainly in the 2K games and WWE 12, 13 and stuff, in early SVR titles had a combo system where you literally just spam the X button and you would do 3 strikes in a row and perform a final strike. And it's still in the case in 2K20 and stuff where you have a 3-hit combination. Combos, though, implies that is something completely different because it's its own little subsection. And that would make sense if you're focusing it more on an arcade game than a simulation game, because in the simulation games, obviously you want to focus on grapples or wrestling. If it's arcadey, combos would be the way of trying to win matches, and like a fighting game like Virtual Fighter, Street Fighter. Even games in the olden days such as All Stars had a combo system both with strikes and grapples, and that's why the grapple button is no longer the analog stick. In my opinion, this is my assumption. The reason it's no longer the analog stick is because it needs the face buttons for this combo system. If it's like All Stars where you can combo strikes and seamlessly go into a grapple, that would make sense of having a light attack, a heavy attack, and grapple. All Stars had that combination with certain types like grapplers and brawlers and stuff, and not to mention, on top of that, Battlegrounds. Again, combination maneuvers to be able to hit strike attacks, and doing certain analog stick maneuvers you were able to combo into grapples. It wasn't as good as All Stars because it was normally just up and an analog face button, down on the face button, and sometimes using a trigger. It was quick pick up and play. That was what Battlegrounds was. This feels like it's going to be more like All Stars, but the hindrance I'm seeing in my head is with the trailer, it's still old animations. While the dodge or block or whatever animation has been used in this very scene for Biggie and Montez Ford, I don't know. Because if you're using the same animations that look realistic, but you're making it an arcadey game, is that going to remove yourself from the realism aspect of it? Because they're saying they want to make every dive, kicker and finisher feel as real as if players were sitting at ringside. Well, if you're changing the gameplay scheme, are you losing that immersive presentation at the same time? So I could be completely wrong with the combo system, and that the combos are literally just going to be for a couple of strike actions, comboing the X and the A buttons and not focusing on the grapples whatsoever. If there is seamless combos with grapples as well to combo into a, let's say you do like a normal comeback, dynamic comeback, you do a strike, and grapple, and performs all three combinations. John Cena's move of doom, do the back suplex into the protoplex or blue thunder bomb, whatever you want to call it, into a 5-knuckle shuffle, and it all seamlessly happens. It's like Legends of WrestleMania with quick time events. I'm hoping that's not the case, of course, and I don't think it would, because why would you have it as a combo? It'd be not showing entirely. I think if it was just a quick time event, and those Legends of WrestleMania quick time events were notoriously bad. So I would assume there will be certain animations that will combo seamlessly, maybe running attacks possibly as well, combos, hot tags, run, they bounce back up, those sort of move animations with certain strikes where they instantly get up. Old SVR games, old SmackDown games had animations where they would get up. Triple H's punch, remember? The long weighted punch would punch them, but they get them up straight back up again. Will we see combinations like that again? Who knows? Literally, we're basing on my theory on 1 second of footage. 1 second of footage, but it would explain the grapple system, why it's changed. It would explain why there's 2 buttons for strikes, and that's my hunch. That is my hunch. I would like to know if you agree with me on my hunch, or maybe they are just complete idiots in 2K. They've spent all this time, this 2 years, on developing this game, and they don't know what they're doing, and it's going to be a complete and utter cluster. That can still happen, but I'd hope. I really do hope that they've had the time and energy and focusing. I don't think it's going to stay at simulation. There's other reasons for that, and I will explain it in another video when we talk about the HUD menu. Because the HUD menu, again, has changes to it, and I disagree with a video that was posted on 2K's own channel that the Vibe guys did. I do not believe that those are reversals, and I'll explain why next time. I can be wrong, they could be wrong, it's pure speculation. I would love to hear your thoughts. Thank you very much for watching. I have been ITSMYYARD. I know I've literally been showing you 2 screenshots for a video for 8 minutes. Well, I think it was necessary, don't you? See you later.